Good morning, everyone. Kamusta na? Say hi. I hope that everybody is okay, safe, and dry. No, grabe, the last few days, the rain has been really pouring. And hopefully, na wala namang binaha sa atin. As business author William Pollard once said, without change, there is no innovation, no creativity, no incentive for improvement. So kailangan natin ng change in order for us to innovate, create, or improve. Today, we're here to discuss change in the form of transformation of HR. We will explain to you how we plan not just to meet but exceed expectations, how we plan to develop a workplace in HR, no? Where each individual is contributing, supported, and developed to succeed. Now, please bear with us in the next few minutes so that we can update you, no? How we are planning to do this. Of course, before you dive into any transformation, you have to have one unified goal, a goal that parang puts together all of your effort to be concentrated para hindi sabog-sabog. No? Our one HR goal is quite simple. It tackles our ability to provide fast and accurate service. It also tackles our responsiveness. We believe that these are the three cornerstones of any service-oriented function. No? Kahit ano pang service-oriented function yan. Be it IT, be it HR, be it finance, they're all anchored into a quicker, more accurate, and more responsive service. So this is the North Star that will guide us in everything we do and in everything that we plan to improve. Our goal, I will read it lang, no, is to be quicker, more accurate, more responsive support services to operations. Now, one of the biggest challenge, no, we have to tackle first our biggest challenge, and one of our biggest challenge is hiring. And this is essential. This is an essential process to the company since at the end of the day, we are in the people business. We are in the people hiring, developing business, right? So when we were looking at the issue, we were having a challenge with attrition, and we were having a difficulty in hiring the right person. So we did a little bit of market check, no? And we found out that, of course, there's a lot of factors, but the three main factors that constitute, no, our difficulty in hiring good people and in keeping good people is number one, higher pay from competitors. Number two, since the pandemic, there's more preference to work from home. And then number three, bumabalik na naman ang mass hiring ng BPO, no? So the BPO companies pay more. So it's taking away from our pool of candidates. And interestingly enough, before, ang attrition usually comes from full-time employees. Ngayon, kahit na bagong hire at with less than 6 months, umaalis na. And it's becoming a very big issue and challenge for us. Now, what do we plan to do to act on it? There's three terms that is used in HR, no, when it comes to resourcing. Number one, we call it borrow, meaning you borrow somebody else from another department, or you put a temporary staff or a temporary employee in that particular role. You build, meaning you develop somebody to take on a future role. You buy, meaning you hire from external. So these are the three main drivers for hiring. Now, how do we improve this? We improved our referral schemes, referral programs, and we became more aggressive in reminding people about it. And because of this, our referrals used to be dried up. No, halos wala nagre-refer. Now it's getting much better. We're also in the process of automating the entire hiring process end to end, because the volume of transactions or the volume of people we process is so huge. Now we don't want to miss people between the cracks. So we need automation to make sure that the processing is seamless and that delays are being highlighted in advance. And then, of course, they say that people join companies, but they leave their managers. We also have to make sure that the way that we are managing them, is at world class. Kailangan magaling tayong managers. No, management is not just making utos. Management is also making sure that people are constantly being developed to become better versions of themselves. Another thing that we started to be more active on with the leadership of FENA is our employee services, employee engagement programs. No? So we started putting together more programs to get people to be more engaged in their day-to-day stay with us. So this is in a nutshell, no? Is our hiring challenge, and this is our solution. In the past, when we were still a smaller company, one function doing everything was realistic and it was efficient. However, as we grew, our one function doing everything is no longer applicable. Things started to fall between the cracks. We needed to specialize. So we took the hiring section and we broke it into three teams. The first team just focuses on sourcing and talent acquisition, paper screening. So sila lang yung naghahanap ng mga sources of talent, sila lang yung nag-initial screening of the sources of talent, and then ilang ginagawa nila, no? So that they can focus on sourcing. And then the people that they source gets into three pools. The first pool is what we call the talent pool. Yan yung mga med reps with experience na kadalasang hinahanap natin. The second pool is AMP pool, or the aspiring medical professional pool. So these are the young people who are aspiring to be medical representatives in the future. So this pool, we gather them every quarter, and then we give them free trainings and we give them free immersions. No? Actually, we even give them allowances. And then we try to build this talent pool so that we can use them in the future, or they can be placed in the future. And then, of course, you have the relievers pool. The relievers pool is a pool of people that gets assigned pag merong biglang nabutas, no, na workforce. So if somebody is pregnant or suddenly somebody leaves, so we take people from the relievers pool and deploy them, wherever they are needed. It's misleading, no? Ang relievers pool is a full-time job. Hindi yan yung may trabaho ka lang pag meron kang i-relieve. And then after it's all put in the pool, a team called HR recruitment, this is our HR business partners, looks at and takes the MRF, the manpower request form, and checks the three pools kung saan sila pwedeng kumuha ng tao. They work very closely with talent acquisition so that the talent that the talent acquisition look for is in matching whatever is needed by our recruitment. Because HR recruitment works very closely with operations. So sila nakakalam ano ba talaga yung mga requirement ng kumpanya. After, they manage the candidate, getting them interviewed by the hiring manager, and then giving them a job offer. After a successful job offer, now it's processed by another team. It's called the HR admin team. So the HR admin team, they take care of everything from contract management to arranging training to processing the documents, all the way to onboarding and then handing over to operations. So if you notice, there are three groups specializing in the three components of hiring. So far, this is starting to prove to be a more effective approach to our recruitment challenge. And again, we're still very early in the journey. We're still tweaking processes. We're still getting people to be more engaged. One of the most difficult thing in change is that people are used to a certain way of working. So yan yung talagang tinututukan natin na we unlearn what we learned before that doesn't work anymore, so that we can learn new things. So unlearn and then learn. Now this is the reflection of the new way we are doing things. No? So if you notice, yung naka-orange lang ang kailangan yung pansinin. So the three oranges on the left used to be recruitment, one box. So we broke down recruitment into three sections: talent acquisition, HR recruitment, and then HR admin. And then on the far side, you will notice that we also placed attention to performance management, because we believe that performance management is something that we should start focusing more closely on. You see, the problem with appraisals, minsan ang ginagawa sa appraisals is just a form-filling exercise. But the true value of performance management is not just on the form filling and compliance. It's on the dialogue that happens between the immediate superior and the staff. Diba? That's very valuable, yung feedback. And then the second most valuable thing is that the learning and development agreements are actually executed. Minsan na nangyayari dyan, mag-agree tayo ng training plan, tapos yung training plan nakaparada, tapos bibisitahin lang yan after 6 months or after a year. So it defeats the purpose. Our job as leaders is not just to, I'm going to say it again and again, make utos. Our job is primarily to develop our people because once we develop them, they will perform much better than they used to. This is the similar case, no, but this is just for PMII. So the three orange on the left is the hiring, and then you have performance management. Now, apart from that, we're also doing a couple of other things on improving. No? Number one, we used to deal with HR as different departments or different functions running on its own. But if you look at it, any company, big or small, there's only one HR. It has different specialization, different functions, but they are united as one human resource division. So that's what we have done in the recently. No, we have an initiative called One HR. So we unify the discussions with everybody. If the talk is applicable to everyone, we don't take it in isolation. We think of our development as one. We look at our engagement as one. Each section can still do its own, but we still have activities that unify everyone. So we have been doing this in the past few weeks. We are not separate HR departments. We are not. We are one HR department having several HR functions looking at their own specialization. Then the second thing we're looking at is that we recently ran a training needs analysis especially for HR. We believe that we've been trying to develop others, so why not focus internally also and develop our own people? Not by accident, not by chance, but systematically put into place a training plan. So we ran a TNA, we ran a poll to identify ano ba yung mga prioritization natin in terms of training needs. We already have the results. We're going to start planning a training calendar for HR, a training development calendar for HR. We're also looking at a closer HR engagement with everyone. Again, one HR. We don't believe in engaging several HRs. We believe also in engaging everyone as one HR. Now, we're also planning as one HR, to go on a team building trip to Baguio. Yes, that's right, Baguio. Over a weekend, and then we're going to bring our families with us to join us. Of course, hindi naman kasali sa team building. Kasama lang dun sa venue. And nag-aambagan na kami. We started, nag-aambag kami to help out in the funding of this team building exercise. So again, we do everything together, even yung tulungan sa pag-fund. And we're now focusing on three aspects, and I call it the to-be behaviors. So one HR, I started promoting what we call the 3 to be behavior. And this 3 to be behavior is the behaviors that we would like to be better at as HR. Because I believe that once we get better at these 3 behaviors, we're going to be better in terms of our service, in terms of our individual performance. So the 3 to be behaviors are be quick and be swift in delivery of commitments with quality. Kasi I noticed, minsan ang mga deadline dito sa atin, parang moving deadline, moving target. We commit something and then we go back and say we cannot do it on that day and then we recommit. It's terrible. It's terrible. We need to learn to be quick, swift delivery on our commitments with quality. Kung hindi na kami paniniwalaan. We have to be executing. Gone are the days of I'm waiting for this guy, I'm waiting for that report. Nakakapagod, hindi ba kayo napapagod, Nakakapagod ang waiting. We should not be waiting. We should be following up and escalating if needed. One interesting thing, medyo nahihiya si HR mag-escalate. Lately, I noticed that yung separation pay natin sometimes gets stuck with operations because the person we're dealing with in operations has not come back to us on certain documents that we need to process separation. So ngayon, nananahimik si HR, nananahimik lang siya na nagka-follow. And when I found out, I told them, that if needed, escalate to me. Get back to the person, copy me, so that you're escalating to me, so that I can intervene. Sabi ko, escalation is not bad. Because baka mamaya hindi alam ng boss niya na may delay pala doon sa tao. Right? Escalation is important, escalation is needed, as long as it's done politely and with respect. So gradually, I'm encouraging everyone in HR, don't wait. Do something about it. Escalate if you need to. The third one is be efficient. Not everything we're doing is productive. Not everything we're doing is productive, right? You can be working hard but producing nothing. Pwede yun, no? If you're doing the wrong things. So always, I'm challenging now HR, no? The people in HR. Are you doing what is the best use of your time? Is that the best use of your time? Pag may ginagawa ka, right? If you have 5 things, which of the 5 things is the best use of your time? Which of the 5 things is the most productive use of your time? Not because we're busy means we're productive. You can stay until 9 in the evening and yet be unproductive. You can work 8 hours a day, working very hard, but still be productive, right? So the third focus is be efficient. Make the best use of your time. So please come back to us and challenge us and call us out. If anyone, even me in HR, is not quick in our delivery of our commitment, is not executing, just waiting and waiting and waiting and not doing something about it, and is not efficient or doing the best use of your time, please call us out. Again, transformation and change takes time. We have to unlearn our bad habits so that we can learn new ones. So please, be patient with us. We are trying to be better, but specifically, we're trying to be better at these 3 things. And then, of course, nothing happens by chance. No, we have to plan and set goals. For the longest time, it's only operations who has KPIs. So starting next year, we're going to have our own KPIs in HR. I've decided to have just vital few KPIs. Kasi pag ang KPI 10, nobody is able to focus. And then if you ask which one is important or urgent, you cannot say. So we're just going to focus on the 2 or 3, what we call vital few. They're few, but they have the most impact. We already defined the vital few KPIs of each HR section. We're just going to discuss it. We're just going to schedule a discussion with them. And then that becomes part of our strategic planning. And then, of course, like I said, nothing happens by chance. We have to plan for success, execute for success. We already started our strategic planning discussions last week. And we did this together with the entire support services department. Again, when you create a strategic plan, it has to be a plan against a goal. No, the goal for the entire support services is to provide a quicker, more accurate, and more responsive support services to operations. That's it. Regardless of service function, it's the same goal. We're dancing to the same tune. We're trying to achieve the same thing. It helps unify the entire support services function. We already started this exercise. We're going to do it gradually, and by October, we will already have our winning formula that we will start executing and monitoring from then onwards. Nothing happens by chance. We have to plan, execute, monitor execution, pivot execution as needed, adjust, report KPIs, reward success, and then develop or identify areas for improvement and develop the KPIs that are struggling. Now, that's how we win. Again, I hope I didn't burden you with too much information, and please bear with us. Please bear with us. Our challenges and the way we have been working has been formed over many, many years, and we're trying to unlearn the status quo. We're facing resistance. We're facing passive resistance, meaning people who are saying yes to our face, but no, behind our backs, they're doing something else. But we will not stop. We will not give up. We will not give in to the passive resistance that we are facing or the resistance we're facing. There is no other choice but to transform, improve, and become better as HR. There's no discussion about that. We will move forward. We will transform. We will be humble in accepting our faults. We will look at internally and find out what areas we still need to improve and constantly improve. Why? Because we want to provide the best service to operations. It's not easy. So we would like to thank you for understanding and for your continued support. Maraming pong salamat for your patience. Maraming salamat for your understanding. And maraming salamat po for specific feedbacks that you're giving us, because those have nuggets of gold that help us to continuously improve. Maraming salamat. Thank you and have a nice day.